Welcome to Dark Haven Tutorials. I have been asked by a mate of mine to do a 3-part tutorial in how to make a claymore sword, texture it, and then import it into UDK with collisions. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. The end product should look something like this, although of higher quality, because this is just one I've knocked up in a few minutes. So let's get started. First, we're going to have to make our files organized so that we know where everything is when we go to import into UDK. So first, make a file and name it claymore, and then in this file you'll need a file for your bump map, your model, your resources, your specular maps, your textures, your UDK export. In resources you will need a steel texture, a leather texture, and a standard gold color. The leather texture and the steel texture you can get from CD Textures. Right, so let's go into Max. Open up Max and go into your front view. Go to Create and then Splines. This is in the Shapes section. Go to Line, turn your snap on, and then maximize your grid. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 up, click. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and click. And then 6 down again. And then 10 across. And then close the spline by clicking the first point. Close spline, yes. Now go into your perspective view. Press Z to zoom in. Right click while you're in modify. So click the rainbow. Right click, convert to editable poly. Click polygon face. Click the face. Go to edit polygons. And click extrude. Let's just extrude that out a little bit. Press OK. And then click editable poly so that you are no longer in editable poly mode. Press R on the keyboard to get your scale tool. And then in the top view, just scale the length of what will soon be your blade. Yeah, about there. Right. Go to vertex mode. Grab the 2 outer vertices and then pull them out. It's very important that you do not select the middle vert, or else what will happen is you'll end up with the center vert being off center. Yep, that looks good. I might need to make my blade a bit longer later on, but for now that's fine. So let's go down to that thicker end. Go to face mode. The face is already selected, but if it's not, just click it. Go to edit polygons and extrude. I'm going to have to bring this down a little bit. Down, 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 down. To about there. There we go. Press OK. And then you're going to go back into vertex mode and grab these 2 end verts here. It's good to be quite zoomed in on this part. Press W to select Remove Tool, and then bring them reasonably close to these two verts here. However, leave a bit of a gap for the minute. Now we can finally get out of snap mode, so click snap toggle off, scroll down your list down to cut, select cut, and then cut from this vertex here to the other highlighted vertex on the other side. You know when you've got the other vert selected because the little crosshairs will come up. Click, then right click to deselect cut. Then on the other side, do the same thing. So click the selected vert, go over to the other side, and click when you see the crosshairs. Right click to deselect cut, and then deselect cut again permanently by clicking it in the menu. Now these lines aren't very straight, so we're going to have to straighten these lines up. There we go. And there we go. Oh, maybe not. Just a little bit more. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Right. Now select these three verts and move them on top of your previous verts here. Get them all in line. There we go. Then drag and select them all. Go to weld and just increase the weld until the verts weld together. There we go. Just double check by moving a vert to make sure they're both welded. Now we have to make one final cut, which is to the face here. So let's go down to cut, select these top vertices and this bottom vertices, right click, deselect cut. So this is what we should have so far. Right. Now we're going to leave vertex mode for a minute and go into edge mode. Click edge mode and click and drag across these three lines. Go into edit edges. Click connect, little tick box next to, and then change segments to 3. Press OK, and then go back into vertex mode. Now we can just sculpt these vertexes into position. So when selecting the two outer ones, push R to get into your scale, and make sure you're on the x-axis. You know when you've selected the x-axis because the line will go yellow. So let's just start scaling these out. Like so. Yours can be much neater than mine. And there we have it, the bottom of the blade. Now if we go to the other end of the spectrum, which is the top here, we're just going to select the top vert, move it up to a point, like so. And then all we're going to do is go to the scale tool, select the z-axis, and scale them in. So they're reasonably close together. Then go to weld, click weld, and they should snap together automatically because you've increased the weld threshold from last time. If they don't, just keep increasing the weld threshold until they snap together. Press OK. Now we're just going to cut these two vertices here. So select one, look for the crosshairs, select the other, and then on the other side, remember to right click to deselect cut, 1 and 2. Right click, deselect cut, and then just straighten these vertexes out again so it's nice and neat. There we go. Now in the side view, select all the vertices and scale up. In fact, I think that bottom vert there is a little bit too low, so that's not a problem, we can just move it down. That doesn't always happen, it's just a bit of luck of the draw. If that does happen, just scale it down, select the middle vert here, bring that back into line. There we go. So it's a straight line down the center. 2 verts either side, but I need to bring this one up a little bit. There we go. Yep, it's okay to me. And there's the blade. Now we're just going to click here to get it out of edit poly mode. Go to hierarchy, affect pivot, center to object, then click affect object again. Go to edit, press R, and then scale your blade in a little bit. There we go. I think that vert there is still a little bit low. Just bring that down. There we go. And there's your blade completed.